A rescue diver has died while searching for the bodies of 4 Italians who died in a scuba diving accident in the Maldives. Staff Sergeant Mohammed Mahdi was taken to hospital in critical condition and later succumbed to his injuries. A government spokesman told the BBC on Saturday.
The ball will not roll. Mexico's teachers are threatening to disrupt next month's 2026 FIFA World Cup if their demands for higher pay and reforms are not met. Thousands of teachers marched through Mexico City on Friday, where the opening match of the competition is set to take place. Many people are jailbreaking their Kindles following the news that Amazon is ending technical support for older models. On May 20, Amazon will end support for the following Kindle devices.
Karachi. A judicial magistrate on Saturday remanded alleged drug queenpin Anmol alias Pinky in police custody till May 22 in a narcotics case registered against her. Anmol was arrested earlier this week from her apartment in Karachi in connection with 2 cases pertaining to the possession of narcotics and an unlicensed weapon. She was already booked in multiple criminal cases prior to her arrest.
Thousands of people began rallying in London Saturday at a march organised by far-right activist Tommy Robinson and a counter-demonstration fused with a pro-Palestinian protest. Amid a huge police presence, London's Metropolitan Police said ahead of the duelling events that it would mount one of its largest operations in recent years, as the British capital also hosts the FA Cup final. A 38-year-old man has been killed by a 13th 4-metre great white shark in Western Australia. On Saturday, the man was bitten just before 10:03 BST at Horseshoe Reef, northwest of the popular Rottnest Island near the city of Perth, local police said.
Barcelona striker Robert Lewandowski says he is leaving the club this summer at the end of his contract. The veteran Polish forward, 37, scored 119 goals for Barcelona in 191 games across all competitions since joining from Bayern Munich in 2022.
Israel's ruling coalition has submitted a call for an early election following continued fractures from government allies over the issue of ultra-Orthodox conscription. If the vote passes in the Knesset next week, as expected, then a general election will be held within 90 days of its passage, projected for the 3rd week of August, 2 months before the mandated end of the government's current term on October 27. Researchers from Stanford University and MIT have developed a longer-lasting hydrogel that can pull moisture from the air and turn it into drinkable water using sunlight. The work could help people in dry regions where traditional water sources are limited. WHO and UNICEF reported in 2025 that 1 in 4 people globally, or 2.1 billion people, still lacked access to safely managed drinking water.
The Ministry of Religious Affairs and Interfaith Harmony has announced that the meeting of the Central Ru'eti Hilal Committee for Sighting the Moon of Dhul Hijjah 1447 Hijri will be held on May 17 in Karachi. According to an official press release, the meeting will take place at the Pakistan Meteorological Department in Karachi on the evening of Sunday, corresponding to 29 Zikard 1447 Hijri.
Researchers have discovered a new species of giant long-necked dinosaur believed to be the largest ever found in Southeast Asia. The dinosaur, named Nagatitan chiafamensis, was identified from fossilized bones uncovered near a pond in northeastern Thailand nearly a decade ago, according to a statement released by University College London.
ASUS and X-Real have finally launched the ROG Air gaming glasses, built for handheld, PC and console gaming. The glasses were first shown at CES 2026 and are now available for pre-order. The ASUS ROG X-Real R1 uses a Sony 0.55-inch micro OLED display with a 1920 by 1080 resolution.
Intel's Core i9 4900KF has set a new world record for CPU frequency after Chinese overclocker Witiux pushed the chip to a whopping 9206.34 MHz. The result makes it the first CPU submission to pass the 9.2 GHz mark. HW lists the run at 9206.34 MHz on an Intel Core i9 4900KF with liquid helium cooling. Or Karachi. A judicial magistrate on Saturday remanded alleged drug queenpin Anmol, alias Pinky, in police custody till May 22 in one of the several cases registered against her. Anmol was arrested earlier this week from her apartment in Karachi in connection with 2 cases pertaining to the possession of narcotics and an unlicensed weapon. She was already booked in multiple criminal cases prior to her arrest. The U.S. Justice Department is reportedly preparing to indict aging Cuban leader Raul Castro in the coming days over the shooting down of 2 aircraft 3 decades ago. The reported charges, which would need to be approved by a U.S. grand jury, emerged as the director of the CIA traveled to Cuba to meet officials in Havana.
At least 8 people were killed and 25 others injured after a train collision triggered a fire that engulfed a public bus in Bangkok on Saturday, rescue officials. And police said firefighters and rescue crews were dispatched as flames engulfed the bus and nearby vehicles, they said, adding the crash involved a train, the bus, cars and motorcycles.
A petition has been filed in the Lahore High Court, LHC, challenging the sharp increase in fees charged by private medical colleges across Punjab. Punjab Assembly member Muhammad Ejaz Shafi and other petitioners filed the plea against the Pakistan Medical and Dental Council, PMDC, and several private medical colleges, according to reports aired by 24 News HD TV.
A young motorcyclist was injured after a stray kite string slit his neck near the Muslim town bridge in Lahore, prompting swift action from Lahore police. According to police spokesperson, the victim, identified as Abu Bakr, was riding his motorcycle when a cut kite string suddenly wrapped around his neck, leaving him injured. He was immediately shifted to Mayo Hospital, where doctors said his condition is now out of danger.
A sharp rise in divorce and cooler cases has been reported in Islamabad, with lawyers and court sources pointing to unemployment and drug abuse as major factors behind the growing trend. According to available details, family courts in the federal capital are now receiving more than 300 new cases daily, showing an increase in matrimonial disputes and maintenance-related litigation. Saudi Arabia's Ministry of Interior has issued important guidelines for pilgrims ahead of Hajj 2026, aimed at ensuring their safety, comfort and smooth movement during the pilgrimage. According to the Saudi press agency, the ministry said the instructions are designed to make the Hajj journey easier and more organized so pilgrims can perform their religious duties peacefully and in accordance with official regulations. The federal government has decided to delay a planned increase in taxes on fertilizer and pesticides, offering temporary relief to the agriculture sector. According to the latest development, the government has formally informed the IMF in writing that it is putting off the proposed tax hike for now. Hamas's armed wing chief Ezzedine al-Haddad was killed in an Israeli strike in Gaza the previous day. The Israeli military and Hamas confirmed on Saturday. The Israeli military and intelligence services have waged an extensive campaign targeting the group's senior political leaders and commanders in Gaza and across the region.
Israel has launched another series of airstrikes on southern Lebanon, a day after the two countries agreed to extend a ceasefire deal for a further 45 days following talks in Washington, although this ceasefire has never been observed in practice. Lebanon's state-run national news agency reported strikes on at least 5 villages in the south on Saturday, while the Israeli army issued new forced displacement orders for 9 villages in southern Lebanon near Sidon and Nabati, including Kakayet al-Snobah, Kauthariet al-Sayad, al-Marwaniya, al-Ghassaniya and more. For travellers, it's easy to literally look down on Kansas City, Missouri. In the heart of the United States Midwest, it represents the definition of flyover country for those on their way to more famous locales. That perspective is about to change as this summer, the attention of the sporting world lands on Kansas City, along with hundreds of thousands of football fans.
At least 8 people have been killed and 25 others injured after a train crashed into a public bus in Thailand's capital. Flames engulfed the bus and nearby vehicles near an airport rail link station in the centre of Bangkok on Saturday afternoon, Thai media reported.
The Senate of Pakistan on Friday passed the Free and Compulsory Education Amendment Bill 2026, making computer science and coding mandatory subjects in schools from elementary to high school level. The bill was presented during a Senate session chaired by Senator Sherry Rehman and aims to modernise Pakistan's education system by integrating digital literacy and programming skills into the national curriculum.
Microsoft Edge will no longer load all saved passwords into memory in plain text when the browser starts. The development is notable because Microsoft continues to say the existing behaviour does not cross a security boundary.
Bilawal Bhutto Zardari on Friday inaugurated 11 public welfare and healthcare projects in Balochistan, including the province's first air ambulance service and a modern trauma centre in Quetta. The projects launched by the Balochistan government aim to improve emergency care and expand healthcare access across the province.
The Sindh government has started the recruitment process for 3 special grade positions for Chief Minister Murad Ali Shah's helicopter, including 2 pilots and 1 assistant deputy chief engineer. According to the details, applications have been invited from candidates with the required qualifications and experience, who have been asked to apply within 15 days.
A looming 18-day strike at South Korean chip giant Samsung that has triggered worries within the government, rattled foreign investors and threatened global supply chains rests on one crucial question: who should share in the spoils of the AI boom? More than 45,000 workers are threatening to stage the largest strike in the conglomerate's history from May 21, reducing production of memory chips that are crucial components in AI data centres, smartphones and laptops, as Samsung and its unions struggle to find a compromise over bonus payouts.